We're back in Buffalo for the Bills and the Patriots. The AFC Player of the Week for the second straight week, Tom Brady, the two-time MVP, looking to add to his extraordinary numbers. Back with the kickoff after this. Buffalo won the toss. They have deferred. Patriots will receive. Bill Belichick in his 12th season as head coach in New England. He's led the Patriots to 3 Super Bowl titles in that 4-year stretch. And there's Chan Gailey, the head coach of the Bills, in his second season as the head man of Buffalo. Ryan Lindell getting ready to kick it away. It'll be a combination of Matthew Slater and Julian Edelman. Edelman in his 3rd year out of Kent State. He's averaged 26 yards per kickoff return. Only 4 kick returns. Matthew Slater has been the primary kickoff returner, 4-year player out of UCLA. The 2-0 Bills, the 2-0 Patriots, and we are underway. As Edelman lets it go flying out of the end zone. And here comes Tom Brady off the 31 for 40, 423 yards a week ago.
Well, Mark, the best part of his game, Tom Brady knows exactly where he wants to go with the ball, and he doesn't make very many mistakes. You think about last year, over 500 pass attempts and just 4 interceptions.
Patriots start out from their 20-yard line. They go to the ground. Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis. Picked up 3, stopped by the strong safety George Wilson. A look at that offensive line for the Patriots, a very physical group with Dan Connolly at center. He's moved from right guard, replacing the injured Dan Copeland, longtime center for the Patriots. Backfield and receivers. Rob Gronkowski, a favorite target of Tom Brady, particularly with Aaron Hernandez, as we mentioned, sidelined by the knee injury. Brady facing pressure. Completes for the first down. Gets it out to Wes Welker at the 34-yard line. That's a gain of 11.
Really good job with pass protection there.
And a look at the defensive front 3. Kyle Williams, Pro Bowler, 5.5 sacks last year to lead Buffalo. The linebackers, Nick Barnett, the former Packer, is their leading tackler. And they go to the hurry-up. It's Green Ellis. Stopped by Barnett. Barnett had 14 total tackles last week. Pickup of 1 for Green Ellis. He is known as the law firm in New England. Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis. Although Ben Jarvis says there's no litigation involved in his case.
Yeah, you think about it. He entered last season as a Patriots 5th running back, finished as their first 1,000-yard rusher since 2004.
Second down and 9. Good move after the catch by the tight end, Rob Gronkowski, who is so tough to bring down. And Rich, aside from the fact that the Patriots have a lot of excellent receivers, all of them excellent after making the catch.
Yeah, they're great with yards after the catch, Mark, but they're also willing to put Gronkowski out wide against a cornerback. He runs very good routes for a big man.
First down at the New England 45. Play action. And Brady completes. He has Welker. Wes Welker on a 33-yard pass play. The free safety, Jarvis Bird, was able to make the tackle.
Well, you're going to see a lot of play action with that counter action to the left They like the protection, and Wes Welker is so hard to find. Does a nice job finding the holes in the secondary. He's so small, you lose track of him on the back end.
Another New England first down. Green Ellis gets inside the 20. He went for 4. The stop by Danny Batten. How about Wes Welker? Last year coming back strong after tearing up that left knee in the final game of 2009, and he led the Patriots with 86 receptions.
He's so reliable in the middle of the field. That's where he does most of his damage. And those underneath routes, been Tom Brady's favorite target over the last 4 seasons.
Second down and 6. Brady making changes. Welker in the slot moving around. And again, it is Welker. Picked up 9 for the first down.
You just have to really be ready for the no huddle, the fast up-tempo approach. Brady, even when they huddle, they get in and out so quick. And that's really going to be the challenge today for this Bills defense. We saw them at practice on Friday. They're all wearing wristbands. Got to get in and out of the huddle and get lined up and be able to make adjustments at the line of scrimmage.
First and goal of the 9. As you saw Brady hitting on his first 4. That's the tight end Gronkowski in the backfield. The handoff to Green Ellis. And they swarm him. Gang tackled. Talking about those wristbands, in effect, they have all the defensive plays on those bands similar to what a quarterback will have, so they can make quick decisions.
Yeah, I'm looking out there. I don't see as many of them with them today. On practice on Friday, they were all wearing them. You see Sean Merriman, he doesn't have it on. But they had them all. Every defensive player, defensive linemen, linebackers, corners, and safeties, they were all wearing the wristbands. Maybe they have it all memorized today. I don't know.
Second and goal at the 9. Green Ellis in the backfield, and a flag is thrown.
Full start, number 87, offense, 5-yard penalty, second down.
It is called on the tight end, Rob Gronkowski. The referee is Carl Cheffers.
Well, we talked about the keys to the game. Talked to Chan about this the other day. Holding them to field goals in the red zone. Short tackling, make them earn every yard. Don't give up explosive plays in the passing game, but they've got to be good in this part of the field. You've got to hold Brady in this offense to 3s and not 7s.
Second and goal. Brady out of the gun again. Brady finding the open receiver. Touchdown, Wes Welker. His 3rd touchdown of the season. It's a 14-yard play, and the Patriots have a 6-0 lead.
Well, you see Wes Welker right there. He's going to make you pay, and he's going to go after Drayton Florence. And Brady is so good with his accuracy, the decision-making, but Wes Welker, he runs all those option routes where he starts one way and works back the other.
Steven Gostkowski for the extra point. Quick start by the Patriots as they march 80 yards for the score. Nine plays, 80 yards. It took 5 minutes and 15 seconds. Capped off by the touchdown pass to Wes Welker. And as you see, Brady, 5 for 5, 75 of those 80 yards. Brad Smith and C.J. Spiller are back deep. This is Spiller out of the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 20. Wes Welker with his 4th catch in the first 5 minutes. Rich spending his time yesterday at Niagara Falls. Just
You know it, brother.
Feel for the
Honeymoon capital of the world.
For the area. Ryan Fitzpatrick, 7 touchdowns, only 1 interception to this point, and throws on first down. Stevie Johnson. racing the right corner, lead about 33 yards on the play.
Well, we talked to Ryan Fitzpatrick on Friday. He said, we've got to come out and take shots early against this secondary. This secondary has been victimized the first 2 weeks of the season. Miami got after him, and San Diego did as well.
Two running backs being utilized by the Bills.
Well, they love this empty, no backfield set. 5 eligible receivers out in the route. The ball comes out very quick.
So the two runners are up on the right side. That was picked off on a deflection. On the interception, Kyle Arrington. Fitzpatrick making the tackle. Arrington with his second interception of the season, and he is back from a concussion that was suffered last week in the game against the Chargers.
Well, Donald Jones has to make this catch. It goes right off of his fingertips, and Arrington is right there to make the play. A very opportunistic defense. They led the league in interceptions a year ago, and they were second in takeaways.
27-yard return for Arrington in his third season out of Hofstra, and as we mentioned earlier, we talk about that secondary. Sergio Brown is playing for the injured Patrick Chung, who had surgery on his right thumb. Patriots, 1st and 10 at the Buffalo 35. Beautifully thrown pass, caught at the 30-yard line. It's good for 5 as Julian Edelman comes up with the reception.
Well, we get a good look at Chad Ochocinco there. He's going to get a lot of opportunities today and a lot more snaps because of the tight end situation in New England. Rob Gronkowski, the tight end. Aaron Hernandez out today with a knee injury, and they waived Rob's older brother Dan earlier this week. So just one tight end up and available for the Patriots.
2nd and 5 at the Buffalo 30. Last week, Ochocinco with just 2 catches. He was on the field for only 17 snaps, and here's Brady with the rifle for the 1st and goal as he connects with Wes Welker.
Well, you don't have enough defensive backs to cover all these receivers, and the problem is you're going to have George Wilson, a safety, matched up on Wes Welker, and that's a problem. Actually, that's not George Wilson. That's Aaron Williams, the rookie. And you know Tom Brady, when he sees a rookie like Aaron Williams out there, he's going to take that matchup all day.
24-yard gain, 1st and goal at the 6. Green Ellis in the backfield standing next to Brady. Welker to the right. A long look here by Brady. Terrific protection. And the pass off the mark. The first incompletion, that was in the area of Deion Branch. First incompletion tossed by Brady, who had lots of time.
Yeah, we talk about too often in this offense, it's Brady or Welker, the tight ends of the running game. We don't talk enough about the job this offensive line does. Look at all this time for Tom Brady. They've been outstanding. They give him plenty of time to sit in the pocket and make good, accurate throws.
How about that? 12 plays, 114 yards already for the Patriots, who are looking at a 2nd and goal at the 6. They lead it 7-0. Brady again able to stand in. Brady will run. Penalty marker down as Brady is taken down just short of the goal line. He picked up 5. Aaron Williams making the stop on Brady.
That's not something we often see. Tom Brady pulling the ball down and actually running with it. That defensive holding here.
Holding, number 50. Defense, half the distance to the goal, added to the end of the run. Automatic, 1st down.
It's called on Nick Barnett, inside linebacker.
Well, you see Nick Barnett right here. He's going to be coming in. This is a problem. You know, you got to cover these receivers on crossing routes. He's just trying to grab a hold of Wes Welker. Can't grab him, particularly in that part of the field. Nick Barnett has been a real bright spot in the middle of this defense. Leads the team with 18 tackles. Brought him in to help shore up this run defense.
And he is the The guy wears the headset in contact with the Buffalo sideline. Ryan Fitzpatrick, who was picked off just a moment ago, leading to this Patriots series. First and goal inside the one. And Green Ellis is stopped by Nick Barnett.
Well, this is an offense that really doesn't carry a fullback, and so in that situation, you put a linebacker in there and have him try and open up the hole. Dane Fletcher lining up at fullback. The more you can do, you think about how they used to use Mike Vrabel in this offense at tight end and doing those different things. You get a good look at the linebacker Fletcher behind Brady.
There's the play fake, and it is caught. Touchdown, Rob Gronkowski.
Boy, this should never happen. If you don't circle number 87 in this part of the field and you're the Buffalo defense, something is wrong. Brady loves to throw the ball to his tight end in this part of the field. The guy had 10 touchdowns last year. You see him right here at the bottom of your screen. He had 10 touchdowns last year. He's already got 3 this year. The play action gets it done. Jairus Byrd not able to make the play. Even when he's covered, he's open. He's got such long arms, and he does a great job catching the ball away from his body.
And Richie is an enormous target at 6'6". Tom Brady says Gronkowski's hands are so big, and at that height, he is so difficult to deal with. Rob Gronkowski with his 3rd touchdown of the season. Back in Buffalo, we did want to mention that between September the 15th and October the 15th, the NFL and its teams are honoring the contributions of their Hispanic fans, players, and communities through designated games and celebrations. And earlier today, the Bills honored Ralph Hernandez, the president and West District representative for the Buffalo Board of Education, with the NFL Hispanic Heritage Leadership Award. Well, this here in the early moments is a reality check for the 2-0 Buffalo Bills. They are down to the Patriots 14-0. Gostowski with the kick to the combination of Brad Smith, C.J. Spiller, and it's another deep kick. Spiller out of the end zone again, and Buffalo will start from its 20-yard line. The Bills back in possession. They've managed to run off only 2 plays. One was intercepted. It's been all Patriots here at the start. Fred Jackson gets the call. Jackson getting to the outside. Always a very tough guy to bring down. As we look at the Bills up front at the right guard spot, Chad Reinhardt is playing for the injured Craig Urbick, who's out with a knee problem. And the receivers and backfield, Stevie Johnson, who made that beautiful catch early on last season. 82 receptions, 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns, off to a good start this season. Second down and 3. Fitzpatrick got the time, has the first down, combining with the tight end, Scott Chandler. Ron Mayo making the stop. Up front for the Patriots, the nose tackle, Vince Wilfork, who last week came up with his first career interception, picking off Phillip Rivers, leading to a touchdown. Gerard Mayo making the Pro Bowl for the first time last season. Leads in tackles. And Sergio Brown, second-year player out of Notre Dame, is playing for the injured Patrick Chung. Play action. And Fitzpatrick throws and is caught for a first down and more. David Nelson, 6'5", second-year player out of Florida, goes for 20. What did Bill Belichick tell us last night? Said he and the Bills were interested in David Nelson. Patriots wanted to sign him.
Absolutely, and David Nelson has really played well. 10 catches last week, 5 of them coming on that final drive against the Raiders. At 6'5", big target for Ryan Fitzpatrick in the middle of the field.
David Nelson, a guy who played only part-time in college at Florida and has been in a starring role for the Bills over the first 2 games. Again, a play action move by Fitzpatrick, and he's able to complete. Once again, it is Nelson, just a short advance, picked up 3. David Nelson with, as you mentioned, the 10 receptions, career high last week, including 5 on that game-winning drive in the come-from-behind victory over Oakland. 83 receiving yards, a career high, including the game-winning touchdown.
And he really jumped out at me at practice on Friday. He looks like a power forward at 6'5", and yet he runs receivers like runs routes like a receiver. Very, very good for Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Quick release, and again through the hands, which was close to an interception. Brad Smith, the intended receiver. Brad Smith, who is all over the field. Chad Gailey using him as he did Cordell Stewart, Stewart that is, when Chad was with the Pittsburgh Steelers. So we do see the Wildcat from time to time.
Always have to be prepared for the Wildcat with Chan Gailey, and he loves Brad Smith. You're going to see different plays, different formations each week with him in the game.
Smith is lined up in the slot to the left. Fitzpatrick. Johnson makes the catch. First down, Buffalo.
Well, Ryan Fitzpatrick told us on Friday there are passing yards and points to be had against this defense. We just can't turn it over. I really think the mindset for Ryan Fitzpatrick and this Buffalo offense, each possession is absolutely critical. You have to come away with points on each possession. I just think you've got to assume that Tom Brady and that offense on the other side will score every time they get the ball.
First down at the Patriot 31-yard line. Fred Jackson, C.J. Spiller in the backfield. Jackson trying the right side. A group of Patriots led by the right defensive end, Andre Carter, making the stop.
You can see they're trying to see Sergio Brown trying to get that ball out. He's actually punching at it. They do a good job on ball extraction, something the Patriots defenders work on each and every day in practice.
Second down and 9 at the New England 30 as we come up on 2 minutes to play here in the first. Diving catch is made by Johnson. He was untouched, trying to get up, and then covered up by the combination of Brandon Spikes and Lee Bodden.
Well, Stevie Johnson, very good route runner. Look how far off they're playing up at the top. You see Lee Bodden there. And talking to Ryan Fitzpatrick, he really likes the matchup, his receivers against this secondary for New England. They play a lot of man-to-man coverage. 80% of the snaps coming into this game were man-to-man. Chan Gailey was very curious. Were they going to play man-to-man against our receivers, or we're going to see something different this week?
And another pass from Fitzpatrick. Nelson with the catch of the marker, but a flag is down. Sergio Brown making the stop on David Nelson.
Personal foul, chop block. Number 70, defense, 15-yard penalty. Repeat, third down.
That is called on the center, Eric Wood, who has taken over for the veteran Jeff Hangartner.
Well, here's where the action is. You just look right here, right in the middle of your screen, right there. When he's engaged with Reinhardt, the center can't go in there, Eric Wood, and cut him. The old high-low block. That's how guys get knee injuries.
It is set back to a third down and 19. Again, it is Nelson, but not much there. He stopped at the 35. Picked up 5. Gary Guyton.
Well, they're going to stay on the field.
On the tackle.
And that's why I think every possession is absolutely critical, Marv. We talked about the turnover on the first possession. Second possession, they get a holding penalty or a personal foul, and now they're behind in the down and distance. But I think this shows you how important each possession is. Fourth and a bunch against the Patriots. We're early in the first quarter, and they've got to come away with points.
Donald Jones splits wide to the left. Fitzpatrick going deep, and it's intercepted. Kyle Arrington with his second pick of this opening quarter. Returned it for 10. Once again, New England ball with 14 seconds to go in the first.
Well, curious decision there by Chan Gailey. I'm not so sure I agree with it, Marv. They had the ball at the 35-yard line. It would have been a 52-yard field goal. 4th and 14. You're going to convert less than 10% of them in this business.
The handoff goes to the rookie, Steve Ridley. Third-round draft pick out of LSU. Picked up 3 on the play. And that will do it for the first quarter. New England with a 14-0 lead on Buffalo. Sensational start for Tom Brady. Back to Buffalo after these words. You're watching the NFL on CBS. See Brady's numbers, 8 of 9, 105 yards, 2 touchdowns. Fitzpatrick, 7 of 10. However, he's been picked off twice by the same man, Kyle Arrington. Second quarter underway. And that is deflected, intended for Wes Welker. Well, the NFL is celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month. You can visit the official Spanish language home of the NFL on NFL.com/Espanol for game highlights, fantasy football, and a look at your team's Hispanic Heritage Month celebration. Third down and 7. Danny Woodhead has checked into the backfield. Welker in motion comes to the near side. Brady. Intended for Deion Branch. So we will see the first punt of the game.
You watch this New England offense. They get so many receivers out on every route. 4 and 5 receivers almost every time. They rely on just 5-man protections, and Tom Brady getting rid of the ball quickly.
Zoltan Mesko, second-year punter out of the University of Michigan. It was a question mark because of an injury to the left knee. That is his kicking leg. C.J. Spiller, who has great speed, is back. Here's Spiller from the 20. Found the opening, but that was closed quickly. Closed by Matthew Slater. 47-yard punt. 9-yard return. We'll be back in a moment.
Well, we talked about how important possessions are against the Patriots. 2 wasted possessions, interceptions, and New England offensively, they do as good a job as anybody converting turnovers into points.
Bills will start out from their 30-yard line. And the inside handoff for Jackson, a very elusive runner, but did not fool the Patriots. Tonight on CBS, former Indianapolis Colts tight end Marcus Pollard will compete on The Amazing Race, plus Survivor winners Ethan and Jenna. Don't miss the season premiere of The Amazing Race. That's tonight after 60 minutes only. CBS. Second down and 10. Marv Albert, Rich Gannon. We're in Orchard Park, just outside of Buffalo. We'll dump off to Fred Jackson. Met by Gerard Mayo, picked up 4. And right here we'll check in for our first update of the afternoon. Here's JB.
Marv, Houston looking to go 3-0 for the first time, Coach.
New Orleans started out quick. They win 87 yards, 9 plays, 14 yards to Owen Daniels. And New Orleans has been outscored 38-10 in the first quarter this season. Problems in New Orleans?
Neil Racker's 22-yard field goal makes it 10-0 back to Marv and Rich.
All right, guys, third down and 6 for the Bills. Minute and 40 gone by in this second quarter. But all Patriots. Stevie Johnson is tripped up. He was looking for the marker. Try to make the turn. who was taken down by the left corner, Devin McCourty.
Well, just a little bit short. Really a nice effort there by Devin McCourty coming back and making that stop. You've got to get the proper depth. If you're just a little bit short, watch where he catches this right at the yard mark. You've got to get a yard in front of that yard marker so that you don't come up short.
Brian Moorman is on for his first punt. Just inside the 25, Julian Edelman is the deep man. Edelman letting the ball bounce out of bounds. A 46-yard punt. Patriots will start from deep in their territory. New England starts out at its 15. They have Edelman in the slot to the right. Brady goes the other way to Chad Ochocinco, sliding close to the marker. It's only his 4th catch of the season. He was covered by Drayton Florence, but they have to respect Ochocinco.
Yeah, he still is a great route runner, has that speed, and he's getting more and more comfortable in the offense. Talked to Tom about it last night. He came from a numbered system in Cincinnati. Everything here is memorized. A lot of new learning for Chad.
2nd and a yard, and Ridley picks up the first down. Stopped by Barnett. Stephen Ridley out of LSU, 3rd-round pick, a hard-driving runner. And talking with Tom Brady last night, we discussed that today is the 10th anniversary of his taking over as the starting quarterback. Drew Bledsoe was injured in a game against the Jets. Bledsoe had just signed that huge 10-year contract, and then the following year was traded here to Buffalo. Woodhead with short yardage. But, you know, Tom did not want to necessarily talk about his taking over for Drew Bledsoe. He turned that into a discussion regarding facing you and the Raiders in the Tuck Rule game.
Yeah, he had that sheepish grin on his face,
Yeah.
and it's amazing how that particular game, that play, changed the fortunes of 2 franchises.
Gronkowski showing some speed in a foot race with the strong safety, George Wilson. That goes for 35 yards, but this flag will bring it back.
77, offense, 10-yard penalty, repeat 2nd down.
Nate Solder.
Well, they're going to get the right tackle, the rookie Nate Solder. He's right here on your right side. He's a big man at 6 feet 8 inches tall and 330 pounds, but you see, just gets beat inside. Just watch that right hand. Gets Kelsey up a little bit high.
Brady wasting no time, lofts one to the far side, and it's broken up. Pass intended for Deion Branch, covered by Drayton Florence. So it'll be a 3rd and long, but I enjoyed watching Brady's smile as he was discussing that game.
Well, you know,
with you
think about what happened. Tom Brady was at that time still developing. You know, he goes on to win 3 Super Bowls. We go back to Oakland. John Gruden leaves and goes to Tampa Bay. You know, that game had a huge impact on the Raiders as well as the Patriots.
Brady now looking at a 3rd and 19. He completes in the open field, but it'll be shy of a first down. Again, it's the tight end Gronkowski, but the strong safety George Wilson coming up to make the tackle. It's a 15-yard play.
Very smart play here by Tom Brady. He knows he's not going to get the first down, but he plays the battle of field position. He throws the ball to his tight end Gronkowski and picks up 15 yards and lives for another down.
C.J. Spiller awaiting the punt from Mesco. It's a beautiful punt. Spiller had nowhere to go on the sideline. They cut him off. Ends up out of bounds. That's a 57-yard punt. Ross Ventrone on the tackle of Spiller. Off that beautiful 57-yard punt by Mesko and the short return by Spiller. Bills start out at their 18. Jackson. Beautiful moves by Jackson. And he has a first down. Fred Jackson, who leads the NFL in rushing, stopped by Kyle Love. Jackson picking up 11.
And this is what Bill Belichick told us last night. It all starts with Fred Jackson. You can't lose sight of that. They've got to be able to stop the run. The #1 rushing team in football coming into today's game, the Buffalo Bills.
How about Fred Jackson out of Coe College, working his way from the Sioux City Bandits of the United Football League. He went to NFL Europe. He's on the practice squad. Jackson around the edge as a flag is tossed. Sergio Brown on the stop. And Fred Jackson now the Bills feature back and #1 in rushing.
Number 70. Offense, 10-yard penalty, repeat first down.
It's on Eric Wood, the center. Eric Wood, who last year made it back from a fractured leg.
You just see him grabbing Wilfork right there, his left shoulder. He is a beast. He's a handful in the middle of that defense, a very disruptive player. A lot of times you take care of a guy like Vince Wilfork with double teams.
Wood goes 6'4", 310 pounds. But it sets the Bills back to a 1st and 20. Oh, Fitzpatrick looking for Jackson, and he fell, lost his balance. No one else in sight.
Well, they've got to get something going here. They're really struggling. There's simple little things. You just see Fred Jackson. He comes out in the backfield and just trips. Little push on the end there by Rob Ninkovich gets it done. Nice job. Good alert play. You see the back getting a free release, and if you're Ninkovich, as you rush the passer, you take a shot at Fred Jackson.
And that push obviously surprised Jackson. Buffalo Bills have had their difficulties in the first quarter last 2 games. Down to Oakland at the half, 21-3, but came back in dramatic fashion. The catch is made. Donald Jones cutting across to come out with it, covered by Kyle Arrington, but just 8 on the play.
Well, you see playing off coverage right here. McCourty does a nice job, and a little too much cushion for Donald Jones. But you start playing the down and distance in the situation in that game. You got a 2nd and 20. Just want to keep everything in front of you.
Saw a shot of Donald Jones, who came up with a critical catch down the stretch against Oakland. Little fake by Fitzpatrick, goes the other way. Spiller is trapped and taken down back behind the line. The Patriots were not fooled. Gary Guyton getting the raps.
Well, they do a really nice job. They're trying to get Spiller in the screen, but take a good look at Guyton. He's not fooled at all. He's got the back in man-to-man coverage, so when he sees Spiller go to the right, Guyton is right there to make the play.
Punting unit is back. Mormon from his 6. And Edelman in single safety. It's a beauty by Mormon. Edelman on the return. Edelman broke a tackle. George Wilson hauled him down. A 61-yard punt and 18-yard return. Back in Buffalo, Marv Albert along with one-time NFL MVP Rich Gannon as we look at a 2-time MVP in Tom Brady. Off to a most valuable player type start. In this game 3 of the season, completes again at midfield with Wes Welker.
I think it's before it's all said and done, Marv, we could be talking about a 4- or 5-time NFL MVP in Tom Brady. I just think he's got tremendous pocket presence. He always looks so comfortable and calm in the pocket.
That last pass good for 17. Hand off to Woodhead. Bill Belichick rotating his backs, going for the most part with Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis, but we've seen the rookie, Stephen Ridley, the one-time Jet, Danny Woodhead, Brian Scott coming up from the secondary to make the tackle. That's a 2-yard advance.
Yeah, 45 times now through the first 2 games they've been in no huddle. 18 of them coming after a first down.
Brady under pressure. Just looked to get it somewhere in the flat. The pressure from Sean Meriden, the outside linebacker, who at one time was known as lights out for his devastating hits.
Well, he was one of the premier pass rushers in the game, but injuries have kind of taken their toll. He's told us on Friday he feels really good. The Bills are counting on him to spark this pass rush.
Brady looking at a 3rd and 9.
That's the 3-man rush. Plenty of time.
And he takes advantage. The tight end Gronkowski has another New England first down. Picked up 21. Jarris Bird, the free safety, making the tackle.
Well, there's an example of just rushing 3. You give Tom Brady so much time. You see Gronkowski just works through the middle of those zone coverages. You know, you say, well, do you rush 3 or 4? Do you try and blitz Tom Brady? I mean, the ball comes out so quick. I don't know that it makes a whole lot of difference.
And Brady going end zone, touchdown, Gronkowski. Patriots with a 20-0 lead. It's a 26-yard pass play. Tom Brady with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. That's 10 for the season. Steven Gostkowski for the extra point. Five catches, 71 yards, 2 touchdowns for the 6'6" Rob Gronkowski. Coming up on the Sprint Halftime Report, join JB, Dan, Shannon, Boomer, and Coach Cowher for all the latest NFL scores and highlights. That's coming up on the Sprint Halftime Report. How will these numbers sound to you, Rich? 13 of 18, 193 yards, 3 touchdowns for Tom Brady.
Sounds like a normal day at the office for Tom Brady. But you know, it's one of those deals. You give this guy opportunities. He doesn't need any more help. They've already turned it over twice, and they've had 2 3-and-outs.
Brad Smith, C.J. Spiller await the kickoff. And they'll finally be able to run one back. Spiller making his way out across for 15, and a penalty marker is down.
During the return, illegal block in the back, number 51 of the return team. Half the distance to the goal, first down.
That is Chris White called for the penalty.
Well, Tom Brady told us last night they want to go after the rookie corner, Aaron Williams, and they do it with Rob Gronkowski. I think after this play, Aaron Williams figures out 2 things. That Rob Gronkowski runs routes like a receiver, and he is very long. And Tom Brady is the best in the business. Extremely accurate, and he can get the ball up and down real quick. He is going to continue to go after the rookie.
Gronkowski in a 2nd NFL season. 2nd-round pick out of Arizona last year. Fitzpatrick had to be very careful throwing out of his end zone, able to hit Stevie Johnson for 5, and we'll check in with JB back in our New York studios.
An understatement, coach, to say Sproles has been a big addition.
Oh my gosh, talk about speed. How about this on the turf in New Orleans instead of San Diego? Darren Sproles, 30-yard. New Orleans finally getting untracked here, guys. Marvin Rich, they run the ball a little bit down here too.
Back to the iconic Marv Albert and Rich Gannon.
Iconic.
I like it.
I'll take it.
I'll tell you, Darren Sproles has been so good for the Saints, not only in terms of the running game, but the return game as well.
Off the draw, Jackson brings across the 35. Sergio Brown making the stop, 21 yards for Fred Jackson.
Well, you just watch this hole. The center's going to block back. They get the scoop, and look at that hole for Fred Jackson. Going to drive a truck through it. Really good job getting up on the second level, and he is a tough guy to bring down. Big, strong back that can make people miss.
First down for Buffalo from their 36. Patriots with a 21-0 lead. Fitzpatrick in trouble. Flag is down. Fitzpatrick running for the first down. But there is a penalty marker.
Holding, number 84, offense, 10-yard penalty, repeat first down.
I'll bring it back. It's the tight end, Scott Chandler.
Well, I think Scott Chandler gets surprised a little bit. Ninkovich just bull rushes him and walks him right back in. You see right there. See, he's grabbing the right shoulder of Ninkovich right in front of the umpire. He's not going to miss that one.
How about that? Buffalo run for 40, and they've lost 44 on penalties.
They have to stop shooting themselves in the foot. It's really been the story through the first half.
Fitzpatrick. It's short of a first down. The catch made by David Nelson, leaping forward. It's a 15-yard pickup. Kyle Arrington coming up
Number 50,
to make the stop.
Defense, helmet-to-helmet contact.
A flag.
15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the play. Automatic first down.
And it is a first down for Buffalo.
Well, I don't know. That's close. You know, you got to be careful now. Anytime you get your helmet up around the headgear of the quarterback, they're going to call it.
I think the key word is defenseless. As Rob Ninkovich, the outside linebacker, made contact with Fitzpatrick.
Well, they've actually changed the rule. They said if there will not be fouls unless there are forcible blows. I suppose in that case they saw Ryan Fitzpatrick's head snap back.
First and 10 from the New England 44. Spiller gets the call, goes for 3, as we talked about earlier. The Patriots with the 15 straight wins against the Bills, 20 of the last 21. The last win for Buffalo in New England, opening day of the 2003 season. Buffalo beating New England 31-0. Remember, Lawyer Malloy, who was dropped by New England in a salary cap move, ended up with the Bills, and he helped spark his new team to the win. But since then, all New England. David Nelson. Nelson gets down to the 15 on a 26-yard hookup. He was bumped out by Bodden and Arrington.
Well, you have to keep reminding yourself, if you're New England, the Bills fell behind 21-3 last week and got booed on their way to the locker room. This team will not give up. Really nice. Watch him finish right here. You think this is not important to a guy like David Nelson? Look at that reaction.
5 catches, 68 yards for Nelson. First down at the Patriot 15. Jackson. Fred Jackson picks up 4 as we have hit the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go in this first half. Patriots up 21-0.
Let's go, Buffalo!
Bills have a 2nd and 6 at the Patriot 11. And Rich, as well as New England has played at the offensive end, there certainly have been questions defensively, giving up a lot of points to both Miami and San Diego, although right here they're pitching a shutout. Let's see how the Bills, who have been very effective in the red zone, can do, and they score. Beautiful pass to Stevie Johnson on cue.
Well, this is what the Bills needed to get back in this game. They love this matchup. Stevie Johnson on Devin McCourty up top. Starts him inside just enough to get that separation. And Ryan Fitzpatrick gives him a good catchable ball in the back of the end zone.
8th touchdown pass thrown by Fitzpatrick. Ryan Lindell on for the extra point. Well, the Bills lead the National Football League in red zone efficiency. Now make it 9 scores in 11 trips inside the opponent's 20-yard line. Reminder coming up on the Sprint halftime report. It's JB, Dan, Shannon, Boomer, and Coach Cowher for all the latest NFL scores and highlights coming up on the Sprint halftime report. Very effective drive by Ryan Fitzpatrick. 4 for 4 for 63 yards to lead to the touchdown.
And they needed something positive to happen. 7 plays. They're set. Really a nice first scoring possession there for the Bills.
But they are down 21-7. And Edelman will stay right there. They'll bring it out to the 20 tonight on CBS. Don't miss Emmy winner Juliana Margulies in the season premiere of The Good Wife. Catch it on its new night time tonight after The Amazing Race, only CBS. And I'm not saying it because it's a CBS show or there's anything been exchanged.
Or you're not getting paid to say
one of the premier shows.
Oh, it's a good show
on television.
Yep.
You're able to fit that in your very busy TV viewing
I TiVo
schedule?
it. I TiVo it.
We should run down some of the shows.
Shows I TiVo.
It's very sad.
They're all on CBS.
Yeah.
Screen.
Brady on the screen has Woodhead. Able to spin his way across the 30 and a flag down. It appeared he picked up the first down. That's where his forward progress was stopped.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 50, for unnecessarily throwing the runner to the ground. 15-yard penalty, automatic.
Nick Barnett called on the personal foul.
Well, they talk about playing to the whistle. You can't do the old takedown on Danny Woodhead. That's Nick should know better. He's a veteran player, 9-year vet. Again, penalties really hurting the Bills.
Brady into the left flat fighting Woodhead. And again it is Barnett. It's a 5-yard pickup.
Brady does such a great job communicating in their no-huddle offense. Certainly the tempo a lot quicker here in a 2-minute situation.
Inside handoff to Woodhead. Has a first down. Danny Woodhead signed by the Patriots after being cut by the Jets and averaging 5.5 per carry last season on 97 attempts. Also caught 34 passes. He's been a very effective player. Aaron Williams able to make the tackle, and a timeout is taken now by Bill Belichick.
Think about the turnovers and how big of a part they've played in this game so far. And I've always said that there's one of the better coaches in football, and it's a very smart team. And you can't afford to turn the ball over and give Brady in this offense short fields.
And you mentioned all the penalties committed by the Bills. They've been hit 6 times. It's cost them 58 yards. Patriots only 3 penalties. Minute 17 left in this first half. Brady on first down. Wes Welker taking a pretty good shot from the free safety, Jarris Bird. And again, the yellow flag comes flying. We await the call from Carl Chevers. Bills hit with that personal foul a moment ago.
Looks like you might see another one. I think they're trying to decide whether or not Jairus Byrd hit Wes Welker up by the helmet. Certainly he was leading with his helmet. But if you're a safety in this league, you've really got to lower the aiming point.
To a defenseless receiver. Defense. 15-yard penalty measured half the distance to the goal. Automatic. First down.
Let's take a listen. Jairus Byrd making that contact.
Well, you look at Wes Welker, and he's only 5'9". You talk about lowering the aiming point. You've got to get down real low not to hit Wes Welker up around the helmet.
First down at the Buffalo 13. Woodhead remains in the backfield. Woodhead not able to turn. He was covered by Brian Scott. And apparently Scott came away with it.
Logan Mankin's not happy. Like someone got a cheek shot. What's amazing, if you just miss a little bit, you watch where this ball comes in. Very difficult catch for Woodhead. That's a big play by the safety, Brian Scott. They needed something positive to happen before halftime.
Scott in his 9th season out of Penn State. Originally a second-round pick of Atlanta. 5th year with Buffalo. So the Bills come away with a turnover, and they take possession at the 10.
Look at that, just the second interception in his last 444 pass attempts. A little bit of a fastball, very difficult catch there in the flat.
Play is blown dead.
Second charge timeout, New England. A 30-second timeout.
Well, the Patriots calling for time. And we will step away. Minute 5 remaining in this first half. Buffalo 1st and 10 from their 10 by virtue of that interception by Scott. Fitzpatrick with the time, and it's caught across the 25-yard line by David Nelson.
Now, Buffalo, a 30-second timeout.
Now the Bills call for time. Ball spotted at the 26. Well, Buffalo last week came from way back, trailing Oakland 21-3 here in their home opener. There's a long way to go here against a club like New England, but these are the largest halftime deficits that the Bills in the history of the franchise have been able to overcome.
Yeah, I think the biggest difference even from last year, the experience in this offense and also the attitude. I mean, this team is confident. And as Chan Gailey told us on Friday, when you win, it breeds confidence with a young football team.
First down from the Bills, 26. Fitzpatrick able to go underneath to Johnson and takes it out of bounds to stop the clock with 50 seconds remaining. Kyle Arrington on the coverage.
Well, the thing I know about Ryan Fitzpatrick, he doesn't care if he threw a couple interceptions early in the game. He's a bit of a gunslinger, and that's kind of his mentality. He's going to keep throwing it, keep taking shots, and he will play for 4 quarters. They believe that Ryan Fitzpatrick is the key to getting this thing turned around in Buffalo.
Fitzpatrick looking at a 2nd and 4. And now he fires deep downfield, and it is incomplete. Devin McCourty on the coverage of Stevie Johnson.
Well, he had a chance right here. You look at the top of your screen, and a better throw maybe gets it done here. He's got to actually, Donald Jones has got to come back and wait on that one. It gives McCourty a chance to catch back up and make the play.
Devin McCourty had an outstanding rookie season last year. 7 interceptions, made it to the Pro Bowl. He has struggled over the first 2 games with bigger receivers. Brandon Marshall, Vincent Jackson.
It's all about consistency with Devin McCourty.
Fitzpatrick throwing a bullet. Donald Jones made the catch. Ruled inbounds, has a first down. Sergio Brown, the safety, with the coverage, and Jones did get out of bounds.
Well, we talk about arm strength. Look at him jam this one in here. You know, we always say if you wait, you're late, but Ryan Fitzpatrick puts a little mustard on that throw to Donald Jones.
Picked up 8. First down at the 41 with 40 seconds remaining in the half. And now goes to the other side, and it was almost intercepted, intended for Donald Jones, who was covered by Kyle Arrington, who already has picked off 2 balls here in the first half.
Yeah, and they're a little beat up right now in the secondary. Patrick Chung out with that thumb injury, and Dowling out, didn't dress today, and had to bring up a bunch of young players in the back end, and they're going to use them all. You look at how Buffalo wants to play. They feature 3 and 4 wide receiver sets.
Screen play for Jackson. Spinning his way, able to stay on his feet. 27 yards on that play.
Well, here's where I think Fred Jackson can be so dangerous. He's a very good screen runner because he's patient and he allows the offensive line to get out in front. And then you have some linemen that can really run and get downfield. You get a good look at Reinhardt there, and Eric Wood, and Chan Gailey loves to utilize the screens. He has a ton of them. He'll throw them to the receivers, to the tight ends, and as well to the backs.
Buffalo taking a timeout to stop the clock. They have 1 remaining. Patriots have 1 timeout left.
Well, when Fred Jackson gets rolling, this team usually wins. I mean, a very good player. We talk about it being a physical runner. I just think he's excellent in the passing game, not only in terms of his ability to catch the ball, but to sit in there and be a protector for Ryan Fitzpatrick.
1st and 10 from the 32, and here is Fitzpatrick's pass intended for Johnson. Crowd was looking for a call as Lee Bodden and Stevie Johnson came together, but no flag.
Well, they really feel like they can go after this secondary with the quick receivers on the outside, Donald Jones and Stevie Johnson. They like the matchups with Bodden and McCourty. You've got to win the one-on-one battles against this New England defense. A majority of their coverage is going to be man-to-man.
Down to 19 seconds.
Oh, man.
Fitzpatrick intended for Jones.
Brian trying to anticipate that out cut. I thought he had an extra second to wait. The receivers are really doing a nice job for Buffalo. They're getting separation. You just can't miss those throws. You got to remember, you're Ryan Fitzpatrick. You're in field goal range. No turnovers or sacks in this part of the field. You got to be smart on 3rd down.
This would be a 49 or 50-yard attempt. Fitzpatrick completes. He has Jones picked up 8. So short of a first down, it is a 4th and 2, and the Bills will use their final timeout. Field goal unit will come on. Ryan Lindell, 3 of 4 on the season. 1 miss was a 39-yard attempt that was blocked last week.
Yeah, you know, this is a good drive for the Bills. Nice 2-minute drive. And, you know, they come away with a field goal here. You go into the locker room at halftime with some momentum, and then you come out in the second half and you start with the ball.
This about a 42-yard attempt with the angle to the left.
Third and final charge timeout, New England.
And now the Patriots take a timeout.
A little early there, wasn't it? Usually they wait until just before the center's ready to snap the ball.
Try to ice the thoughts of Ryan Lindell.
He's a very good kicker. You've got to be a good kicker to kick here in Buffalo. Think about once the leaves start falling off the trees and the snow starts to come and the wind starts to blow. It's a lot of kickers that don't want to kick here in Buffalo.
And for Lindell, it's his 9th season here in Western New York after 3 years with Seattle. 42-yard attempt with 8 seconds to play in the half. That was nearly blocked. It is good. So the 3 points put up, the results of the interception of Brady, with Brian Scott making that sensational play.
Both offenses doing a really good job of taking advantage of the turnovers. You saw how the Patriots started the day with 2 interceptions from their defense. They go right in and convert them to scores, and then Ryan Fitzpatrick and his crew able to take advantage of a rare Tom Brady mistake in that part of the field.
Wednesday on Showtime, JB, Chris Collinsworth, Phil Simms, Warren Sapp. Return to cable's longest running show. It's Inside the NFL every Wednesday on Showtime. Rich, that's an unusually happy group.
Yeah, it is. It's an eclectic group.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Yeah. Got Warren Sapp in there and Phil Simms.
Buffalo scored the last 10 points following the unanswered 21 by New England. Just 3 seconds to go in the half. Edelman and Slater are back for the kickoff. And it's picked up by one of the up men with time running out. Ninkovich able to come up with that loose ball. So halftime here in Buffalo, both quarterbacks putting up big numbers again. And the Patriots trying to make it 16 straight over the Bills, going back to opening day of 2003, and they have a 21-10 lead. Back with the Sprint halftime report after this message and a word from your local station.